That's the little. What?
I'm out of power.
Well, let's plug in. And it's right there.
I hope you don't mind.
No, come on, it's right there. What's up, guys? Welcome to iDrive1 Motorcars, where we try to specialize in everything electric. But today, we're going to try to focus on Tesla specific, maybe answer a few questions that a lot of people have. And we want you to know that you can come by here anytime you want to, right here in Carrollton if you're local, and come look, touch, feel, drive one. We have all kinds of selection. But let's jump right into this right now, because these are things that you want to know. All right, let's talk about a few things. S, 3, X's, Y's, what does that spell? Plaid, dual motors, underlines. What does all that mean? Let's talk about the badging that Tesla uses and what they offer, because it's sexy. No, really, it's sexy. S, 3, X, Y. What does that spell? We all know Elon Musk is kind of crazy, kind of fun, a little unconventional, but hey, he slipped that one right in. Nobody caught it till later. What does Tesla really offer? You know, we've talked about the S, the Model 3, the X, and the Y, because we all know they're sexy cars. But there's some other things coming, and what's cool about that, they've got a Cybertruck. You've probably seen it in the news. They've got a big semi-truck that's coming, and they're way cool. We've got some all-terrain cars. The Roadster hopefully will come out as well. Might be one of the fastest cars with the longest range you can even think of. The technology's changing. It's changing for the better. But let's take a look at what we have right now. Let's start out talking about the Tesla Model S. It was first released in 2012, and this critically acclaimed, highly successful, luxurious, high-end car is offered in a couple of different configurations. They come now also in all-wheel drives. That means when you say dual motor, that's what that means. It's an all-wheel drive car. And you can get them in different battery configurations. As you look at the newer versions, they're long range, they are long range plus, they could be a new super fast Plaid, which again, buckle up, because here we go. The Model 3, let's talk about that one. It was released in late 2017 and then really started out with most of its production in 2018. But the more efficient Tesla is known for its power, speed, and range. It has 3 currently offered trims. You got a rear-wheel drive, standard range. They've got standard range plus, all-wheel drive dual motors, long range. Or you can get the EV speed performance, which is really cool in itself because it's really quick for its size. One thing to note, you know why it's called a Model 3 is because he couldn't use the Model E because Ford had that trademarked way back before Shep was a pup. So he couldn't use it. So he had to do a backwards E so he could still spell out sexy and slide it in there. So I think it's cool, and I think all the Tesla people really like it better. So I'm glad he did it. Now let's talk about the Model X. It was released in 2016. It's perhaps Tesla's most iconic vehicle with those falcon wing doors. They kind of form an X shape when you open them via the Model X. You can get the Model X in a few different modes, but they're all all-wheel drive cars. So it becomes, what battery size do you want? Or now in 2022, you can get a Model X Plaid and put your seat belts on, kids, because this one's fast. Last but certainly not least, we have the Model Y, hence spelling out the word sexy. It was released in 2020. It's a really nice, compact, small SUV based on the Model 3 platform. It is also considered the crossover between the 3 and the X because it fits right in the middle. It's a little larger, a little taller than the Model 3, and it comes in a few different configurations from standard range to performance to even a long range vehicle. So you can take your pick the one that works for you, and go have some fun. Let's talk about trim levels, and let's try to break it down a little bit so everybody knows what they mean, because sometimes it can be confusing. In the S's, you've got P's, you've got D's, you've got numbers. What do they all mean? What's a P85D? Okay, it's a performance, stands for P. 85 is the battery in kilowatt hours, so we know what size battery we have. The D is dual motor, and it means it's an all-wheel drive car. So I have a P85D, I have a performance level 85 battery in an all-wheel drive, means I can fly because it says performance. Now, you can have a 70. If it's just an S70, that means it's a 70 kilowatt battery. It's a two-wheel drive because there's no D at the end. So remember, the D's mean it's all-wheel drive no matter which one you're looking at. So in all the lineups, a lot of them you see, even like we talked about a while ago, we had a P85D. If you see that with an underline under it, or a P90D, or a P100D, if it's underlined, that means it's got ludicrous mode.
Ludicrous speed. Ludicrous speed.
Put it in launch mode and pew. So let's have fun. Moving on at light speed, let's talk about the Model S Plaid. I think that's what this one is. Where did it get its name? Was it from a plaid interior? Does it have plaid on the screen? No, I don't think it does. The Plaid has several little wow factors. Number one, it's got the coolest little yoke steering that you can probably see in the background. Number two, it's 0 to 60 under 2 seconds. That throws your head back against the seat. And it gets the mileage range, depending on what size wheels you have, or anywhere from 300 up to 350, 360. So, holy smoke, that's everything you want, all in one bag. The term plaid is in reference to Mel Brooks's '87 smash comedy movie Spaceballs. If you haven't seen it, you need to. The Spaceball 1 spacecraft that was commanded by Dark Helmet, that's funny too. It goes so incredibly fast that it leaves a plaid trail through space. So, hence, plaid. It's going to leave a trail in your front yard if you do it.
They've gone to plaid.
The addition of ludicrous performance in the other Model S versions mentioned earlier, that also pays homage to this same movie. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something. If you see something you think we missed, drop us a note, hit some likes, hit subscribe to the channel. If we missed something, let us know by dropping us a note. We'll try to get back to it on the next video. So again, remember, iDrive1 Motorcars is here for you. I drive one, and you can too.